I only feel safe with me, so my mind keeps talking to itself. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Nick, and this is Grayscale, a podcast where I talk about whatever I feel like addressing for the day, ranging anywhere from anything to everything. No limits barred because anything and everything goes here on the Grayscale. When did thinking come about? Why do we think? What is the purpose of thought? Because to me, it seems that the mind is a cage that we built for ourselves to feel safe in. Maybe it was home at one point, or just a safe haven. But I think it has become a prison where thoughts run around desperately trying to leave, to flee, because we're too afraid to say what we really want to say. Imagine being a caveman, a cavewoman, a cave they. Do you think they thought as much as we do? Or about the same things? I think there's a statistic that most of our thoughts are negative ones. Here, I'll look it up. Okay, so my stats could be wrong because I just did a 2-minute search on Google, right? Which is something you probably shouldn't do if we're doing research about something. Well thought out research takes more than just 60 to 120 seconds on the internet. But a lot of the websites I'm looking at are saying the same thing, that around 80% of our thoughts are negative. Somewhere between 90 to 95% of our thoughts are repetitive, and around 80% of those thoughts are repeated negative thoughts. If I'm wrong, please feel free to let me know on my socials, not to name drop, but again, I am at grayscale on TWT on Twitter, at grayscale.podcast on TikTok and Instagram. So yeah, 80% of our thoughts are negative. Do you think our ancestors thought as many thoughts as we do? And do you think they were all negative in the same way? Again, this probably requires more research, and maybe someone has already done a case study or something on this, or maybe they've, developed theories or whatever on it. So if anybody has more information on that, please feel free to share, let me know. But I'm just spewing this garbage from my limited perspective. I don't feel like they would have. I think more time went into ensuring our survival, knowing where food was, where danger was, where shelter was, knowing what to avoid and what to gravitate to. I'm not sure we had time for thought. It was more action. Do, do, do. But if our ancestors thought, if the cavemen and the cave women and the cave theys of the world could think, I don't think they would think the same as us today. I mean, obviously that's very clear to say out loud. I mean, they didn't have modern technology and they didn't have the same struggles that we have. I mean, I think it was more of me see food, me want food, or me want warmth, me want fire, instead of do people like me? What do my friends think of me? Why doesn't my mom love me? Am I a bad person? Things like that. I don't think they had time to think of things like that. Or maybe they had too much time, but it wasn't something they worried about or wanted to worry about or could worry about. So basically, my point is, I think maybe thought developed the more comfortable we became. The more survival seemed about getting up to go to work instead of what animal am I going to have to face today? Or how can I get people to stay by my side and not leave me? Instead of how do I continue the human race? And I said comfortable a few seconds ago, but I think we became more uncomfortable with being honest and saying things out loud. At some point in evolution, we stopped saying what we wanted to say because that could get us ostracized. We get left out of the community. We don't get to survive with the other humans. We don't get to feel connection. I only feel safe with me, so my mind keeps talking to itself. 80% of thoughts are negative. 90 to 95% of those thoughts are repetitive. The math could be off, but just hear me out. Sometimes I feel like I have way more thoughts than the average person. Maybe it's because I'm anxious. Maybe I just keep living in the past. So I just keep repeating the repetition at this point. But at some point, the thoughts feel like conversations with myself. I don't have them out loud with anyone else because I don't feel safe enough to have them out loud with anyone else. What if they judge me? What if they think I'm crazy? What if they think I'm stupid or lame? What if my feelings are too much for them to handle? Or what if they just don't understand what I'm saying? I get what I mean. At least most of the time, I think I do. And I know what I feel because I'm in my own body. So if I just keep talking to myself and I keep having these thoughts in my head, at least someone understands me. At least I have someone to talk to. So the brain keeps repeating things over and over again, and I keep having the same anxious thoughts or the same thoughts about the past or new forms of thought that run around every second or so, again and again and again, and new ones just keep coming. So my whole brain is full of thought. And it's trapped in there because it feels safer in there than it does out here. I can't say for sure that anything that I've said so far makes any bit of sense or could even be factual. Maybe this is all hypothetical or just the crazy ramblings of a crazy lady. But that's the way I'm understanding it right now. I have thoughts because my thoughts don't have anywhere else to go. They stay in my head because that's the safest place for them to be. What if I say things out loud and no one gets me? What if it's not safe anymore? For my own survival, they stay stuck in my head because it's easier in there. It's a little home. It's a prison now because I've gotten so used to not letting most of my thoughts leave my head for a while now. But I want to try my best to turn it from a prison, from a cage into a home again, into a safe place, an actually safe place. Or maybe the point is to just say what I want to say and let what happens happen. Big feelings and big fears and a lot of thoughts. But I want to transform. It helps to get stuff out. Even if I just say it out loud, even if I just record it into this mic and I never post it anywhere, or even if I do publish it and people never hear it, or even if people do and no one understands, at least my thoughts are out of my head. They get to do what they've been wanting to do. Roam free. They don't have to bounce around the walls of my head anymore, going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. They can leave my body and leave me, and they can finally be out in the world the way they want to be. Who knows if it's safe or not? Who knows if it'll be received well or not? But that's not the point. The intention is to just say it, so that saying it feels safer than keeping it in my head. Okay, friends, I think that's all I wanted to say on this one. It's a little shorter than I expected. I kind of thought I would go on for at least 20 to 25 minutes. But that's okay. Some of them are shorter, some of them are longer. That's how it goes. I just wanted to get this one out while I could. All right, everyone, that's all for me today. Don't just feel blue. Don't just feel gray. Remember, there's a whole world of color out there to experience, and you are a star on every spectrum. Till the next one.